Good afternoon. Hi, this is Rod Brown. How are you? Hope all is well. Thank you for joining the Lead or Lose call. Again, my name is Rod Brown, and this call is sponsored by ShareNote.com, which is an electronic health record system designed specifically for the behavioral health care industry. Today, I want to focus on indispensable qualities of a leader, and there are about 21 of them. And as you know, this call lasts only about 15 minutes, and so we're not going to have the opportunity to go through all 21. So I want to focus on 5. I think I can get through 5 today. So we should be able to accomplish that. I often get the question, do I believe that everyone is a leader? And the answer for me is yes. I believe that everyone was created to be a leader. Everyone was born to be a leader. Everyone is a leader in their own right. However, I believe that everyone is a leader within their gifting or within their passion or within their purpose. So if you are if your purpose is that of, a musician, for example, then you will be a leader in that vein. You'll be a leader in that genre. And if you try to lead in other areas, some of your skill sets or your qualities are transferable to other areas, but it won't be as easy. It won't be as free-flowing. So, yes, I believe every single person is a leader, but in your gifting, in your calling, in your purpose. So the first thing I suggest to people is to identify what their purpose is. Your purpose is why you're on the planet. It's why you exist. It's why you're here. It is to help other people. It is to benefit others, not just yourself, but to benefit others. When you lock into your purpose, it will be effortless. I call it the law of ease. Grass doesn't try to grow. The wind doesn't try to blow. Grass just grows and the wind just blows. It's easy for the wind to blow. It's easy for grass to grow because the grass is operating within its purpose. And the wind is operating within its purpose. So I suggest that you work hard to identify what your purpose is. And in that area, in that vein, you can be a leader. Now, I'm not suggesting that you can't be a leader in other areas. You can, because, again, there are certain qualities that you have that are transferable that will allow you to function in a leadership role in other areas. But it will be more difficult. It will not be as comforting. It will not be as easy to do that unless you're operating in your purpose. So find your purpose. And I can't tell you how to find your purpose, but I believe if you start with that thing that brings you the most joy, that's a good starting point. And again, looking for that thing that brings you the most joy, that creates you, not happiness, but joy. Because, happiness comes and goes. I can be happy with Froyo today, but tomorrow I'm not happy with Froyo. Or Froyo can make me happy today, but tomorrow it won't make me happy. I may have a different craving. So happy is temporary. Joy isn't. So look for that thing that brings you the most joy, and that's the starting point for identifying what your purpose is. And again, you'll be a leader, and it will be easy. It will be simple for you to lead in that area of your purpose. So again, I want to talk about some qualities of leadership. And again, these qualities, everyone has a measure or a sampling of these qualities, I believe. But we can improve on these qualities. And as we improve on these qualities, our overall ability to lead will improve as well. So our effectiveness as a leader will improve, which means that leadership is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So we have to constantly do things to improve. So let's run through these qualities really quickly. Okay. First one I want to start with is vision, because I believe vision. If there's no vision, there's no leadership. Vision is one of the key ingredients to leadership. So you have vision first and foremost, and you have followers that will help you carry out your vision, and then you have influence over those followers that will help you carry out your vision. So if there is no vision for your influence over the followers to help you carry out, then what? There's no leadership. So vision is the utmost importance. So you have to have vision. And oftentimes we get vision confused with sight. Sight is, is short term. Sight is something I can see right now. It's almost, sometimes you have folks that will talk to you and they will basically restate the obvious. And then you have some folks that will talk about the obvious, but then they will talk about what the obvious will produce, right? And those are the things that can't be seen. However, they have an ability to look past the trees and they can actually see the forest, and then they can talk about how that forest will impact our goals, how that forest can impact our objectives. So you want to have vision. You want to set a destination for those that you're leading to get to, and then you want to plot a course to that destination. So you want to have vision. You don't want to have sight. You don't want to be the person that's stating the obvious all the time, because if you go outside and you see a bunch of cars, you can say, oh, it's a traffic jam. We need people that can see beyond the traffic jam to identify, how we can get around the traffic jam and what's beyond the traffic jam. What's up ahead that we need to get to, okay? And not just focus on the things that you can see, feel, touch, smell right now. What's beyond here? So having a vision is a critical quality to being a leader. Having vision is, I heard someone say, say a Walt Disney or the gentleman who built Las Vegas. It was a desert, but then they saw, they saw beyond the desert. Saying that it was a desert, that's stating the obvious, but saying, hey, if we build this, man, just imagine all the people that will come and will enjoy it. If we do this and we do this and we do this, that's having vision. So I want you to have vision and not just have sight. So vision is one of those indispensable qualities that you need to have. Another one is character. Character, a wise man once told me that my gifts, my talents will get me places that my character will not keep me. Your character is often described as the things that you do when no one is looking. Are you crossing the T's and dotting the I's? Are you doing the right thing with intention as often as possible or all the time? Your character is tied directly to trust, and if your character is violated, your trust will be violated. If your character breaks down and you are not the leader that you say you are, and you don't do the things that you say you're going to do, and your actions are totally opposite from your words, then trust will break down. And it is very difficult to rebuild the trust. So your character is tied directly to trust. And I had a manager once tell me that, Rod, don't do anything that you would not want to be on the front page of the newspaper the next morning. So I'll share that with you. And, that was several years ago. So now it's don't do anything you wouldn't want to go viral on the internet. So don't do anything you wouldn't want to go viral on the internet. Again, your character will destroy or can destroy a negative or a bad character can destroy years of trust that you've built, or it can destroy an organization and destroy your ability to lead. So you want to make sure that your character is intact and that you do what you say you're going to do, and you don't do anything harmful, and that you're constantly focused on being kind to others and being generous to others. So character is the second indispensable quality that we need in order to be an effective leader. Another one I want to talk about really quickly is teachability. All we know is what we know. Oftentimes we don't learn more, or we think we've arrived. Remember earlier I said this leadership thing is a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You have to be teachable. You have to be in a place where you can receive from others. You have to be in a place where you can learn more, you can get more information, you can learn more techniques, you can learn more about yourself, because if you can't lead yourself, you can't lead others. So it's important that you are in a place where you are constantly a sponge. If you look at a 1-year-old or 2-year-old, they are amazing because they are in a place of being a sponge. They soak up, they pull in all this information from all over the place. They're just so excited about learning. That's where you need to be constantly. You need to be in a place of constant learning. You need to be teachable. You need for someone to be able to speak into your life about you, especially. Yeah, it's great. It's easy to, go learn about, I don't know, pick a subject, learn about something that you don't know a whole lot about. And, with the access to information that we have today, it's very easy to dedicate yourself to learning about something brand new, to learning about something that can help you become a more effective leader. But you also have to be able to listen and to learn about yourself. Because there are people that will tell you about yourself, and of course you think you know more about yourself than anyone else. But believe me, people have a different vantage point of you, and they know how you affect them. So be able to be teachable when it comes to yourself as well. Man, we got to hustle. Okay, another one that I want to talk about is relationships. You have to be in a place where you can build relationships as a leader. Oftentimes, there will be things that you need. There will be resources that you need. And a lot of times we go off and we try to get those resources ourselves. It could be money. It could be, a building. It could be whatever we need for the team, whatever we need to carry out our vision. And we're in the midst of trying really hard to go, gather those resources or get that information or get whatever it is that we need, where there could be someone that that has the resources that you need. So we're running so hard to try to get them ourselves instead of tapping into the relationships that we've built, because those relationships can help get us to where we need to be. Those relationships can help us fulfill our vision as well, and tap into resources that we personally don't have. I had a guy tell me years ago in terms of, starting a business and needing capital, and I would always say, man, I need X amount of capital, and he reminded me, I don't need the capital. I need somebody that has the capital. I need to know somebody that has the capital so I can tap into that relationship in order to get the capital. Now, if you haven't taken the time to establish relationships, then guess what? You can't tap into those relationships to get those resources. So a leader understands the power or the importance of relationships and works really hard to establish relationships. One of the best ways to establish a relationship with someone, particularly in a networking setting, or in general, is you be in a state of constantly wanting to know what you can do to help them carry out their vision, to help them fulfill their goals and their objectives. Because when you do that, then you'll be at a point or at a place ready to receive also. But you have to be giving first. The law of reciprocity works. So, I reap what I sow. But if I'm not sowing, then it's going to be almost impossible for me to reap. Lastly, as a leader, you have to be a problem solver. You have to be able to solve problems, not only for the people that you lead, but you have to be able to solve problems on the way to fulfilling your vision, on the way to fulfilling the objectives that you set out to fulfill. So you have to be a problem solver. You have to welcome problems. The good thing is, after you solve so many problems, when they come, when the problems do come, you'll be ready to tackle those problems, and you won't be afraid to solve those problems. You'll have answers more readily available to you. And you may not have the exact answer, but you may have a problem that feels like a previous problem that you had, and you'll know exactly what process to go through to solve that problem. And again, if you have a problem and you tap into your relationships may have already had the exact same problem, and they can help you solve that problem. Okay? So those are just some of the qualities that you need to have to be an effective leader. And the good thing about all of those qualities is that they have different measures, which means you can improve on those things. You can improve on being a visionary. You can improve on being a problem solver. You can improve your character. You can improve those things. So time flies when you're having fun. Thanks for joining the Lead or Lose call. Again, this is Rod Brown. You can reach me on Twitter at Roderick L. Brown. That's at Roderick L. Brown. If you have questions, hit us up there. Thanks again for joining. I send you blessings. Have an awesome day.